What would you do if you find out a person that you thought was out of your league has a crush on you? Duck it up somehow. Same here, I know I'd duck it right up. Please elaborate. Thinking someone is too good for you will always give you this back of your mind thought that you have to do something to be worthy of them, and you overthink it, never really accepting or even acknowledge that they like you as you are. Most likely by the time I realized it, I've already stopped doing the things she likes about me because what she sees as cute/attractive quirks I see as my weakness. Then she stops liking me cause I ducked up. Edit. Didn't expect my highest voted post would be how I fail with women. Generally wake up. Are you me? Are you me that's also them who's also you but also me? Wait, now I'm confused. Who am I? Every healthy relationship I've ever seen was just two people who felt like the other one was completely out of their league and always consider themselves lucky every day that the other person wants to be with them. Nobody dates someone they think they're too good for. So it's much more important to really just take the time and get to know that person. Find what interests you share, what hobbies you can do together, and what it is about their personality that complements your own. I think if it happened to me, all I'd want is to just find out who they are as a person, find out what they want in life, and let it go from there without trying to psych myself out so much that I don't enjoy just being with them. Yup, I married up in a major way. She has helped me grow into being a man who actually may deserve her 15 years to kids. Still feeling lucky she gave me a shot. My paranoia would convince me that she's just pretending to be interested to exploit me somehow. As someone who's been in a relationship with a girl way out of my league for 3 months, I still have this feeling. Half of me thinks she genuinely loves me, and the other half of me thinks she's either trying to gain something from me, or she's too nice to tell me she doesn't love me at all. Happened to me. Found her staring at me multiple times. She sent me all the signals. It was probably the first time in my life that I really detected these signals. When the reality of it hit me, I took a deep breath, actually multiple deep breaths, and decided to go for it. I called her and asked her out on a date. We were together for a year. I miss her. If I find out another such girl has a crush on me and I like her too, I'm going to ask her out. It would boost my self-confidence by 150% and I'd try to make the relationship work. I'd most likely find a way to screw it up, but I think it would be a win-win whatever the outcome. Me trying to figure out how much is 150% of 0. It's 0. Not great odds, but I say go for it. I'd wonder why they have such low standards. I'd be far too shy to talk to them still though. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself by saying they'd have the low standards for liking you. I'm sure you're much better than you give yourself credit for. Thank you, kind stranger. Confidence had always been an issue for me, and I don't really know how to deal with it. It happened to me 3 times. 3 times I messed up. What happened and how did you mess up? The first time, she was me friend. So when I knew it, I feel afraid of lose her friendship. Then I start to keep distance. At the end we wasn't even friends. And time later, I saw her in a party. We both was drunk. And she come to me and say I was the love of your life. But you are so stupid. There's something wrong in the matrix. Like a glitch? Nah, it would have to be a complete server crash for this event to happen. Marry her. Guy that married a girl way out of his league that had a crush on him. Good for her. Wouldn't it be good for him? He is the poor sap in the bronze leagues, while she's in the diamonds. Good for both of them, since they are probably both happy with it if they got married. I'd do absolutely nothing. I've got 28 years of experience in doing nothing and then regretting it. The only winning move is not to play. More like the opposite in this situation. Not playing is a guaranteed loss. Miss every hint possible. Ask if she wanted to eat dinner. She says she's about to go into surgery with a pic of her in the hospital in a gown. I promptly block her because I thought, well, if she doesn't want free food and goes through all of that trouble, she definitely isn't interested. This pains me to this day. Dude, that's going to keep me up at night. And I didn't even live it. You same. I'm gonna be awake because of this tonight. I actually had this happen in my sophomore year of high school. I consider myself exceedingly average, and this girl was strikingly gorgeous. Well, one day in science class we got put together on a group project, and we seemed to get along pretty well. So after a few days of talking a little more in class, I didn't have her number. I asked her out as a spur of the moment thing. Guess what she immediately said? Nope, and pretty much ran away. It wasn't until several weeks later where she came up to me at the end of the school day and nervously, while blushing madly, handed me a slip of paper with her number on it. Apparently she was actually really into me, but was too nervous to say yes when I asked her out. She and I went out for 4 or 5 months. Eventually she broke up with me, because even after all that time I was too nervous to make a serious move. We had kissed like once, and it was a small one. So yeah, my answer is the same as everybody else's on here. I ducked it up XD. That's how I got my boyfriend. For literal years I had a major crush on him. Once I found out he had even the slightest interest in me, I pounced. I'm in a similar but reverse situation. I worked with my now boyfriend back in high school. He apparently always had a crush on me, but thought I was out of his league. 10 years later he looked me up on social media and figured why not? Been together for 3 years now. Never assume someone is out of your league. Sometimes all you need to do is ask. I'm currently dating someone who I firmly believe is out of my league in the looks department, mostly because I'm overweight. Unsurprisingly, I overthought this to the point that I had a rather embarrassing outburst. I explained that I've been hurt so many times. I've dated men who were ashamed of me, called me ugly after sleeping with me, who wanted to keep me a secret, and it makes me feel really insecure in new relationships. He just stared at me, blinking, and after about 30 seconds said, "But if they are not attracted to you, then why did they want to sleep with you?" Anyways, society conditions us in really weird ways and we don't often think critically about the impact this has on our everyday lives. He wants to sleep with me, I want to sleep with him. Now he knows I'll need occasional reassurance to help get over some of my baggage. Hopefully things continue to progress, because I think he's really good for me. Plus, he's ducking hot. The end of our conversation went something like this. Tim, how do you feel about yourself? Me, I think I'm pretty great, but, Tim, there you go. You're great. Don't listen to society. Do whatever floats your boat. If you wanna duck that hottie, you dust off your best BAMF outfit and strut your stuff straight into their pants. I took a chance on her. Thankfully, she didn't lose interest in me, and 20 years later, we are still pretty inseparable. Here's the thing, I don't think any girl is out of my league, but not in a cocky way, you know what I mean? Like, let's say there's this girl who is crazy pretty, but if our personalities don't mix I'm not that attracted to her, and therefore she is not out of my league. And if there is a crazy pretty girl and our personalities match, we make each other laugh and stuff, then I believe there is a chance that she could like me back, and therefore she isn't out of my league either. I know I didn't always think like that, but I feel that way right now. Who knows, maybe in the future I meet someone who changes my whole perspective. Ignore it. It happened with my ex-husband. Truth be told, I don't have great self-esteem, so most guys are out of my league. But I somehow did have an average number of relationships prior to getting married, but my ex was charming and handsome, and when he showed interest I was floored. I was told later by a few people that I was out of his league, but I think they were just trying to make me feel better. We were married for several years and he ultimately cheated after slowly breaking me down. So now I just don't trust my judgment and stay single. I have a kid from that marriage anyway, so it's very difficult to actually date. Our kid is beautiful though, and she is smart as a whip. Probably accuse her of trying to trick me when she confesses by having some hidden camera or mix set up so that she can and just reject me when I would say yes, while also getting my confession on tape for the whole world to see. I feel the same. This actually happened once. I'm a bisexual male. A good friend of mine was musically talented. My friend had a great singing voice, great guitar skills, and could play lots of instruments. I did not think this friend and I would ever have that type of thing. But one day he texted me telling me he was coming out as gay. He played a guessing game with me because he revealed he had a crush. At this point I knew where he was going with it and just played dumb. He revealed he had a crush on me for 3 weeks and that he had liked me even before I told him I was bisexual. This is so cute. What happened between you guys after that? I'm guessing they played a duet of Skim Flute Sonata in D major. We have been dating for several months now. Sometimes he teaches me songs by playing his guitar and sometimes we sing together. Other times we have some heated moments, but we always come around in the end. I'm more into the drawing world, so I draw with him sometimes. We've been dating for about 4 months now.